Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to talk about chatting. If you're someone who already has chatting in place, whether that's you chatting or a chatting team, if it's going well, you're actually in a better position than most creators. You understand how to convert. You know how to build conversations, keep people engaged, and make money from your existing subscribers. And that's not easy. That is something a lot of creators struggle with for a long time. But there is a very specific problem that starts to show up at this stage. Your back end is strong, but your front end is weak. In simple terms, you're good at making money from the people already there, but you find it hard to get the new people in. And because of that, your income plateaus. So as you can see on the document, this is for OnlyFans creators with strong chatting, but no proper organic growth system in place. So example, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And the hidden ceiling that most creators don't notice is when you've got your chatting dialed in, your income becomes directly tied to how many people enter your page. So if you have great chat, strong conversation, and good upsells, the only real lever left is traffic. But if your traffic's inconsistent, your income will be inconsistent too, which you don't want. And what a lot of creators do at this point is try to push harder on chatting. So sending more messages, trying more scripts, increasing pay-per-view frequency. But the issue is not necessarily inside your page, it's outside it. You can't scale conversions without scaling attention. I'm going to talk more about this. So I want to talk about why organic growth is the missing piece here. So organic platforms, mainly Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, are what feed your OF. They're where people discover you, people get familiar with you, and people essentially decide if they're interested. If those platforms are not structured properly, you end up relying on random spikes, outdated strategies, inconsistent posting, or other platforms like Twitter and Reddit, but they don't build strong fans. I've spoken about that in a lot of other videos as well. That creates a situation where your income's capped, no matter how good your chat is. There's also a big difference between just posting and actually having a system in place. A lot of creators say, I do Instagram or TikTok, but when you actually look at what they're doing, it's usually more like them posting when they feel like it, trying out random trends, switching content styles constantly, not repeating what works, and that is not a system. That's effort with no direction. A proper organic system looks very different. It's actually built around consistent posting, repeatable formats, understanding what converts, and building familiarity over time. Without that structure, growth is going to stay unpredictable. And if you're a creator that lives each month thinking, why is my income always different? Why is it up one month, then it's down, it's just inconsistent? This is definitely a video for you. It also leaves a lot of money on the table, so as it says here, let's say your chat is strong enough to turn a subscriber into a high spender. That means every new subscriber has real value. Now imagine the difference between 10 new subs every day or 50 new subs a day. With the same chat system, the second scenario is more profitable, but the problem is most creators never reach that level of consistent traffic because their organic strategy isn't set up properly. So they decide to work harder inside the page instead of increasing the number of people entering it. And that's where most of the lost income is. Especially platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, they can bring in some really good spenders. As usual, I like to give an example. So here you might have a creator who's making 3 to 5K a month, for example. They have solid chatters, convert reasonably well, and know how to upsell. But their traffic looks like this. Some days they get a spike, other days it's quiet. Nothing is predictable. Now compare that to a creator with the same chat system but consistent organic growth, bringing in new eyes every single day. Even if their conversion rate still stays the same, their total income increases because the volume increases. Same back end, different front end. Completely different results. Obviously, each platform has a different role. So Instagram and TikTok are discovery engines. They're going to be the ones that get your content in front of new people quickly, relying on consistency, recognizable formats, and strong hooks. YouTube works a bit differently. It builds deeper familiarity, and people spend more time watching you, which creates stronger connection and higher quality subscribers. When all three are used together properly, you are essentially creating a system where people discover you, people recognize you, and people trust you. Core three things. And that combination is what's going to drive your consistent growth. This is the main part I wanted to get across in this video because it's very real and a lot of creators don't fix this problem themselves. Running organic growth properly is very time consuming. It requires constant planning, filming consistently, editing, analysing what works, repeating formats, and staying consistent even when results are slow. This is so key. A lot of people do give up if they see like low views. Like you could have low views for a month, but if you stay consistent, you will get rewarded. And if you're already managing your page, handling the chat or managing a chatter, or dealing with day-to-day tasks, it becomes very difficult to do all of this properly. So what happens is organic growth becomes inconsistent. And again, when organic is inconsistent, income stays capped and also inconsistent. So I want to talk about the shift to having a full service management. So this is where it actually makes sense, right? Not because creators can't do it themselves, because it's difficult to do everything at a high level at the same time, essentially. A lot of creators I speak to say that when they try to do it themselves, all it just ends up in is burnout, which I'm not surprised about because it is a lot of work, especially staying consistent. Like you don't get any days off. And full service means your organic content is structured and consistent, your platforms are working together, and your traffic becomes predictable. And because your chatting is already strong, you're in the best position to basically benefit from that. You're not starting from zero, you already know how to convert, and now you just need more people to convert. The thing is as well, is when you work with a full service team, as long as they're actually good, they have a good chatting team. And let's say, for example, you're doing your chatting yourself. If you convert well and you're doing it yourself, that's great, but can you work 24/7? Obviously, the answer is no, that is not possible. You have other things to do, you need to sleep. So by having a chatting team, you get to actually have 24/7 chatting. This is a leverage decision, not a skill issue, and this is very important. If you're in this position, the issue is not anything to do with skill. You already have one of the hardest parts figured out, which is monetization. The issue is leverage. You're putting effort into a system that does not scale properly yet. Once you fix the input, which is the traffic, everything you've already built starts working harder for you. I just want to go through some final thoughts like I do in every video. So if your chatting is strong, but your growth is inconsistent, you're not stuck, okay? You're not stuck, you're not in a bad position. You're just missing that structure on the front end. And that's actually one of the most fixable problems in the space, right? Because once traffic becomes consistent, everything else compounds. More subs, more conversations, more upsells, more stable income. You don't need to change what you're doing inside your page, you need to improve what's happening before people get there. I really hope this video did bring you some kind of value. I know it was a shorter one today. And if it does make sense to you, it means you're starting to see where the real bottleneck lies in your business. If you do want help building a proper organic system that actually scales you, feel free to check the link in the description. And if you want to see more breakdowns like this, make sure to check out my other videos and subscribe. But as usual, make sure to like the video, also drop a comment. I reply to every single one. Absolutely no pressure. See you in the next one.